Good evening. My name is Durga of class 7. Today I am going to present a seminar on topic heat. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy. Heat always flows from hotter body to colder body. Heat is a scalar quantity. The SI unit of heat is joule and the Celsius unit is calorie. Study of heat is called calorimetry, and calorimeter is used to measure heat energy. To measure heat energy, we should know the temperature of the substance. What is temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of any body or place. It is a scalar quantity, and the SI unit is Kelvin and Celsius unit is degree Celsius. The temperature of ice cube is 0 degree Celsius, and the temperature of normal water is 30 degree Celsius, and the temperature of boiling water is 100 degrees Celsius. What are the units of heat? The heat is measured in 3 units called Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit was a German physicist. He proposed the Fahrenheit scale in 1724. The 0 point was determined by placing a thermometer in a mixture of ice and water, and 96 degrees Celsius was approximately the human body's temperature. Andrew Celsius, who was a Swedish astronomer, he proposed the Celsius scale in 1742, and the freezing point of water was set as 0 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius and divided into 100 equal parts. Lord William Kelvin was a Scottish physicist. He introduced the Kelvin scale in 1854, and the Kelvin scale uses the same unit of divisions as Celsius scale. However, it has absolute 0 point called minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. How to measure temperature? We can measure temperature with a device called thermometer. We can measure it with different kind of thermometers according to the range. At low temperatures like liquid nitrogen, which is 77 Kelvin, we can use platinum resistance thermometer or thermistor. At high temperatures like molten metal liquid, we can use pyrometer or thermocouple or infrared thermometer. Here we are going to discuss about mercury thermometer, alcohol thermometer and clinical thermometer. Mercury thermometer. To measure the body temperature by placing the bulb under the tongue or in armpit. With the body heat, the mercury expands into the capillary and the reading is noted. The king helps from preventing the expanded mercury from flowing back freely into the bulb again. It has to be jerked before using it again. Advantages. It is a good conductor of heat. It can measure even high temperatures. It gives the results quickly. And it expands linearly and less than alcohol and other liquid. The mercury is very durable and does not evaporate quickly. The size, it is smaller in size. So mercury does not wet the walls of the thermometer. Disadvantages. It is highly toxic for living beings in the environment. If mercury spills on any surface, it can contaminate the surface. It cannot measure cold temperature. It has low thermal expansion coefficient. Alcohol thermometer. Alcohol thermometer or spirit thermometer is alternative to mercury in gas thermometer and has similar functions. temperature of a human. Laboratory thermometer used in laboratory. Clinical thermometer has a king which prevents the immediate backflow of mercury. Laboratory thermometer doesn't have a king. Clinical thermometer is a simple device which is used in homes, hospitals and clinics. Laboratory thermometer is a complex device which is used in laboratory. Clinical thermometers is used, clinical thermometer use of mercury is always discouraged. But in laboratory thermometer, the usage of mercury is less dangerous. Digital thermometer, working principle. Digital thermometer uses the property of a thermistor. Is that heating decreases the resistance and cooling increases it. The thermometer has a tiny battery that sends electric current through a wire towards the tip where the thermistor is present. According to the temperature of the thermistor, the current is resisted and received in other processing unit. And this signal is processed and temperature is shown on the screen. Usage. Digital thermometer can be used safely to record the temperature of all common size under a thumb, armpit or rectum. The thermometer should be handled with care with washed hands. The thermometer should be cleaned with alcohol swab or soap water after use. However, we should take care to not dip the water into the water. When measuring oral temperature, a person should not eat or drink within 30 minutes of measurement. What is heat transfer? Heat transfer is the exchange of thermal energy between physical objects. Heat will naturally flow from hotter body to colder body. Three common methods of heat transfer are radiation, conduction and convection. Here we can see when we keep iron rod near to the fire, it starts melting due to convection. When we keep our hands above the fire, we can feel the warmth due to convection. When we keep our hands away, we can still feel the warmth due to radiation. What is convection? Conduction is a process of transmission of heat energy from one particle within the medium to another particle in direct contact with each other. So, the particle, when we keep iron near the flame, the particle starts to vibrate and makes the other particles to vibrate too. So, the heat is transferred to the other end. In this process, medium is required. We can use conductors like metals or insulators like clay, wood and metallite. So when we keep it like this, the temperature will slowly increase up to the end. What is convection? Heat convection is a mode of transfer of heat by the mass motion of fluids such as air. So air is a fluid. Heat convection occurs to the surface of an object where the surrounding fluid of the object is heated and moved the energy away from the source of heat. So, in this picture we can see when a container of water is heated, the particles near to the fire goes up and the particles which are cooler comes down. Like this, the heating process occurs. And here we can see land breeze and sea breeze. So during night, the cold air from the land moves towards the water because there is low pressure. And in the morning, it is quite opposite. What is radiation? Thermal radiation is generated by emission of electromagnetic waves. These waves carry away the energy from emitting body. Radiation takes place through a vacuum or transparent medium which can be either solid or liquid. So when we keep our hands away, we can still feel the warmth. Due to this process, the sun rays from sunlight reaches our earth. Thermos flask. So in this picture we can see a thermos flask is a double-walled flask. So this inside layer is so shiny and between the two insulated support. Heat loss is minimized by insulating materials. Convection and conduction loss